Lycans and gentlemen, children of the night, nocturnals, night terrors, and all things that go bump in the night. Welcome to your now weekly treatment of shock therapy. The doctor will see you now. Show me your woes, and I'll cure all that ails you. Consider me your night watchman for this evening's festivities here at the Mind's Eye Theater. I invite you to violate curfew along with me for this graveyard shift. I am your horror host incarnate for this sold out show. Now, fear not, horror fans, over the thought of going back to school at the beginning of August. It's not like you have to endure it. No, I'm of course talking about the season 2 premiere of Wednesday. So, Wednesday Addams to be exact. Well, this is something special for me because I actually didn't watch season 1. So, I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Again, I didn't watch the first season, but I'm willing to give this one a chance and see what we got in store. See how the quality of this show. I'm willing to give it a shot. I'll say up front, and I'll be honest with you, and that's all I ever am. I'm not the biggest fan of Jenna Ortega. What turned me off to this show was that whole TikTok dance routine. I was just like, yeah. But as I said in my horror preview episode live stream that I did yesterday, this is coming out in a jam-packed August. We have just the first week alone of August. We have the season 2 premiere of Wednesday, which we're watching now. We have Weapons, which is getting a lot of buzz. That is due to release in theaters. What is it? Tomorrow, actually. Friday will be Dexter Resurrection, episode 6. And a week from today, next Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, Alien Earth is due to arrive, which I'm not looking forward to that show. I am going to watch it for the channel, but I figured, you know what? I'll give this a shot. This is the first of the many horror selections that we have on tap that I did review, that I did go over in my August 2025 horror preview. So I'm willing to give it a shot. Now, just so that you know what we're in store for, let me give you a synopsis. The season premiere, titled Here We Woe Again, clever title, sees Wednesday investigating a new supernatural mystery involving a vision of her werewolf roommate, Enid's death, a secret outcast experimentation program, and a murderous avian. Interesting. The episode also introduces new characters, including a potential love interest for Wednesday, and explores deeper family drama with Morticia's mother, Hester Frump, appearing. God, what a name. So, usually whenever I do these watch parties, I like to get a little fan engagement. So, I provide what I affectionately refer to as the totem pole. I like to gauge what will be people's expectations, what their review or what their rating for the film or TV show that we're watching, what it is. So let me give you your options, which include bottom of the barrel, a shallow grave, or high stakes. Now, this will, like I said, I didn't watch season 1, but that being the case, part of the reason why I didn't was my own worry, my own concern that it frankly wasn't going to be any good. So I will go with, let's see, what am I going with? I'm going to go with shallow grave. Hey, I'm in it for the long haul. So if the show does impress me, if I'm actually interested in watching it beyond just for content for my channel, obviously my ratings for the totem pole will increase to higher stakes. But I think it fair that I'm going into this with cautious optimism. So I think it fair that the show earn my rating and my fanfare for it. So the totem poll is now up for you to vote in. It's available on the YouTube chat only until Streamlabs or OBS makes this available, just like the chat across the board. I don't know why they don't do that, but regardless, it is now up for all of you fine folks to gander at and vote in. I will be alluding to it throughout the watch party, so feel free to vote in it now. And let me see. One quick second. So the poll is now up, and naturally, I invite you to stream the show along with me. Queue it up on Netflix, of course, and while I take care of a couple of housekeeping items, that gives you the chance to get yourself some soda pop. So, as always, this watch party is brought to you in partnership with Hotness TV. We have as sponsorships the or I should say, all Samsung devices, as well as Jabra headsets. Now, considering that I purchased both, I swear by them. I will never, how can I put it? I'll never, endorse something that I myself don't use. You know what I mean? I would think that would be a little shady. So, considering that Samsung basically runs my apartment, I'm actually back from the gym. I use Jabra headsets, so I swear by both of these brands. And again, the link is in the description, and it being the back to school season soon to be upon us, and I know no one wants to think of that, but if you are in the market, it would and you use the links in the description, it would serve as a nice kickback for the channel. So, the Mind's Eye Theater is an affiliate of the upcoming horror documentary Mental Health and Horror. So once that releases, I plan to do not just a watch party, but a review of it. As you notice the support link up top, if you are of a mood, it would be greatly appreciated. I'll just consider it your pound of flesh. One of the software that I use to do these streams is called Streamlabs. They were nice enough to give us our own merch store. I do ask that you take a gander. Again, link in the description. And I will be I'm working now on getting new merch designs. So, we are streaming to you live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. TikTok is back, so enjoy it for now because it's so finicky on when it is that I have access to it. Kick, X, Rumble, as well as Locals. In the enduring battle between Incarnate and the almighty algorithm, my fans are my strongest weapon. Therefore, I humbly ask for you to get them likes up. Therefore, without further ado, I now offer you this creature presentation. Igor, throw the switch. Okay, so we are going to get this party started right now. Oh, good. My password isn't working. One second. Of course, I knew this was going to happen. Right when the watch started, there was going to be an issue. one second. And I'm sorry about this. There's always seemed like a problem whenever it is that I'm trying to, use all of these other apps that friends of mine use. One second. And I swear, I queued this up earlier today, so it wouldn't be a problem. And of course, this crap pops up. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I'm just buying time while I try to get this sorted. But I'm not gonna lie. I never try to mince words. I'm concerned, let's say, about this particular show, just because I've noticed that. How can I put it? Look, I have no problem with a show that's female centric, generally speaking, but I noticed from the trailers, like, there seems to be like no males that have any prominence, which I find curious. you know, the way that entertainment is nowadays, again, I have no problem with it, but and look, the show is obviously called it's obviously called Wednesday, but I find it strange that they're happy to include the mother. Now the grandmother is supposed to appear, and guess what? The Wednesday does have a father. Wednesday does have a brother, and they clearly have nothing to do with the show, at least from the promotion. So I find that rather peculiar, but it's kind of a wait and see. But yeah, I and they judging from the trailer, I don't know, like the humor doesn't really land, and it almost seems like it goes out of its way to, like, we kind of get it, like, okay, Wednesday is dark and moody and all that, I get it 100%, but to me, I don't know, like a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for, a lot of the humor, if you can even call it that, it kind of just goes, it's too much, you know what I mean? It just they're trying to get across that, okay, she's dark and kooky and all that, um like, okay, but at the same time, like, does it really have to go to such lengths that it like smacks you upside your head, or in it's so in your face that she is this, weird character? I don't think that it needs to be that blatant with it. Give me one quick second. Yeah, like there's this scene in the trailer where someone's like, they're all excited to meet the great Wednesday Addams, and then she goes, "Oh, I only sign autographs in blood and not my own." It's like, dude, it borders on like, look, no one likes exposition, and no one likes a joke that you need to explain. So now we're getting a joke provided to you via exposition. It's just like, it's just a bit much. Okay. God, I swear, like, they ask you a million questions whenever it is that you're just trying to get to the point. Oh, God. You're just trying to get to the point of whatever it is that you're trying to watch, and all right, am I on Netflix? Are you done screwing with me? All right, I think we're on. Okay. Lord. The show just debuted and now I have to search for it. Okay, I think I got it. All right. And it just doesn't start with season 2. Like, come on, show. But I mean, and the funny thing is, like, everyone always dunks on Netflix for their crappy. All right, we're starting now. The funny thing is, everyone always dunks on. Oh God, they picked a horrendous. What's his name? The father. Yeah, they picked a horrendous Gomez Adams. I don't care if it's accurate to the comic or whatever. Ha ha ha. Really? Yeah, was she always is this like a thing for the show? Was she always psychic? Whoops. Really? She needed to prove that there was a monster when she goes to a school with witches? Yeah, this is oh god. Yeah, the TikTok dance. Ugh. What the um crap, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, people dunk on Netflix for their bad horror, and please believe they absolutely should. Jesus. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, that's awful. Oh my god, the CGI and the design, that was terrible. Of course, they have her kill the OG Wednesday. Oh, so yeah, Netflix gets a lot of crap, and deservedly so, because they're. Oh, Lord. Because their horror output in terms of movies and like originals is utterly terrible. Oh, now it's starting. Jesus. Sorry, I didn't realize that preview was going to be so long. But you know, they do. Netflix does deserve credit for their horror shows. I can't say that. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Wednesday, and Stranger Things. I'm sure there's more, but you know, and look, there's nothing worse than a Netflix original. What the hell? All right, a time jump. Yeah, the whole psychic thing that threw me off. Really? This is what you were awfully helpful? And let me guess, you solved the mystery all on your own? What the hell? So why would you be a vigilante all of a sudden? Did they just say Newark Airport? Dear God. As someone who just returned from a trip, TSA security is terrible. Bashes her in the head. Um, really? Is this supposed to be funny? So she's John Wick, like, what? Utopia? What the hell are you talking about? Okay, that's actually funny. They are annoying sticklers about that. Jeez, all that bad joke just to get to one good one. So if she's supposed to be like all, her and her whole family are supposed to be like all psychotic. Now she's a vigilante. Yeah, that's where you going into a. Uh oh. Is that Haley Joe Osmond? Tell me that doesn't look like him. It's like, boy, this was a mistake. God, tell me it doesn't look like him. God, can I take that home with me? Yeah, that's another thing. Like, call me a purist or whatever, but Christina Ricci looked serious. Really? How did that even appear in there? Really? That's that easy to get out? Um, what was I saying? Yeah, Christina Ricci always came off as like serious. Jenna Ortega just looks like frumpy and mad. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I didn't watch the first season. Psychic glitch, really. Well, at least we finally get music and an introduction. It's not particularly good, but the visuals are pretty cool. Ha 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 ha. I didn't watch the Sony animated reboot because it looked too Hotel Transylvania for me, which is probably what they were going for. I don't understand why in two iterations now of this show we have, what do you call it? Like the the comic accurate Gomez. I just think that what's his name? Raul Julia was such an iconic what's the word I'm looking for? He was such an iconic portrayal. I really think that they should have kept like his likeness or something along the lines. You know, just a what's the word I'm looking for? You know, a glitch. You know, tall, dark, handsome. Morticia was, I can at least say, with Catherine Zeta-Jones was a good casting choice. What? That's what I mean. Like, even the script is just very try hard. Her one-liners aren't particularly good. Ugh. God. Pugsley looks awful. And admittedly, like, he's kind of the, even in the movies, he was a bit of the weak link. But still, like, that's something that the show can correct, and I doubt that it does. Oh God, Lurch. This is also bad casting. Ha ha ha. Ugh. I forgot this. I forgot this actor's name, but he is a horrendous Gomez. Okay. The wide-eyedness is a bit much. What? What? What the hell just happened? Okay. Well, nice family outing on the way to school, I guess. Bunch of sickos. Stay at home mom. Oh God. It's like Addams Family Values. What is this perv up to? Oh Lord. Oh? Three-eyed raven from Game of Thrones. uh, you got some company stalking you, buddy boy. Oh man. What are these up to? Yep. Oh, come on. Those effects are terrible. They're looking for a ride. What? How did they get... All right. I guess don't ask questions. I didn't even realize how long that limo is. That looks just like the regular Addams Family mansion. That's odd. That is a cool coat that she has. That, like, Sherlock Holmes cloak. Okay. That is awful. Gee, remember when Gomez and Morticia were like in love and not trying to like jockey for position or whatever? I s- and this is what I feared from this show. Uh, Now, while the two siblings always had a rivalry, I think it's obvious why. And look, I get that it's her show, but I think it's obvious why. I get it's funny that she's like bossing him around, and we get why because it's 2025, and horror is always the last to horror nowadays is always the very last to get with the program in terms of culture. Wait, you have a oh god, you have a bald black female cloud chaser, really? It's always funny to me that this whole representation fixation, they always insist on showing minorities, but uh, either, well, they always show them masculine and unattractive. Like, if anyone's seen the Starfleet Academy trailer, it's like, yeah, they insist on showing a black female, but they make sure that she's not a threat to anyone. A bit much. Forevermore. That is funny. Uh-huh. Wow, she's quickly becoming like the worst part of this show. And I'm what, like barely 15 minutes in? Uh, really? Because people would be doing that? Hanging from. How much you want to bet that's a homosexual couple? Yeah, I hope that doesn't get me kicked off of TikTok again. At the what? So this is the roommate that's a werewolf or something? That was funny. And what? A what? Yeah. Yeah, that looks quite morbid. Uh, really? Do you have Jesus? And of course, they have to have hair dye. Wh- God, this dialogue is really bad. I get that they would have a roommate that offsets her bleakness with someone that's more colorful and sunny and chipper and all that, but god, the hair dye and the makeup. I have nothing against Jenna Ortega personally. I'm not a fan of hers, and as much as people are talking about there being Pedro Pascal fatigue, how is that not a thing with her? Because she's been cast in like everything too. She was in this movie with The Weeknd this year. She's in this show. She's been in Scream. She was in Beetlejuice 2. She was in Death of a Unicorn. It's like Ajax. Isn't that the name of a laundry detergent? What? What the hell just happened? Who is she talking to? Oh, that was quick. You got a little death in your face. God. Let me look up. I forgot what the name of this guy is. Where did that come from? Jesus. Yikes. Oh my god. Eek. He looks like a young Pete Davidson, which is not a compliment at all. Oh, they did. Yeah, they did make an Addams Family too. I'm talking about the animated sequel from Sony. Ugh, pass. I didn't see the first one, the 2019 animated film. Hello, Bug 0133 on Kick. Thank you for following. What the hell? That was funny. Yo, what's up, brother? What's going on? Hope you're enjoying my narration of this episode. So let's see. Who was it? Oh, Luis Guzman is who plays what's his name? Gomez. Yeah. You would have thought that he would have, I don't know, gotten in some and look, I know that the regular Gomez how is streaming going over there? Pretty good. I realize that Gomez is, portly in the comic, but still, it's like, dude, try to, what's the word I'm looking for? I lose a little bit of weight. I mean, my God. Take a little bit of pride in your appearance. Just saying. Not for no. Oh, okay, that's nice. Uh, yeah. I mean, I didn't see season one, but Wouldn't she be considered more of an outcast because she saved the school? How long have you been streaming on Kick? I'm gonna say 2 years. Eek. You know for a fact that she's act. I mean, I get that she's married to Michael Douglas, but you know for a fact that she's acting when she has to pretend that she's okay. You know that she has to be acting when she has to pretend to be attracted to this guy. The color is haunting to her. She's staying at the school. What the hell? Yikes. And didn't they already play the chipper uh the chipper homicidal maniac? Didn't they already do that with the first sequel? God, from the 90s. Jesus, man. The more they show Luis Guzman, the more my stomach turns. What does that mean? Wow, that was a mouthful and also not funny. What? Uh, Now she's intrigued. Her sister. Okay. The plot thickens. If they were gonna go like, kind of a Hispanic route with the Addams family, I mean, one one would oh god, one would hope that they wouldn't. Was she talking about her father? If they were gonna go with the Hispanic route, did they really have to go with the males looking like they do? And where is Uncle Fester? A hug from a hand. Right, you have him as a sidekick, but okay, whatever. Jeez. Not really witnesses. He died in his car. That's the gist of it. The local sheriff knows who she is. Shoot her. What? Really? So you were on the run? Are they talking literally, or is that his last name? Oh. Uh-oh. Got him. Jeez, what a bitch. Why would you want her help after a comment like that? You're next. Hmm. Wonder what they meant about outcasts. This story has been. Hold on. What the hell? This story has been approved by the Midnight Society. Here comes the Tim Burton this. Okay. Very Frank and Weenie. Oh. Dazzling Mind. Oh my god. Jesus. Very Hellraiser. Go on. What? See, he made the lament configuration by frying a rat. What the hell? Really, a tree? Say tick tick tick. So why aren't you telling that story there? God, this guy looks sickly in not a appropriate way for this show. You know what I mean? Oh, we already passed the half-hour mark, guys. If you could hit the like button, no matter which platform you're watching this on, and make sure to vote in the oh god, her eyes and her bald head. Make sure to vote in the totem poll on the YouTube chat. That's an uncomfortable comment. Why would you agree or request to see a child at night? Really? Ugh, God. This is uncomfortable. Sizzle factor. Oh God. Why is the... Ooh. Yeah, you should be uncomfortable. Siren? What's up with the Beetlejuice suit? Yeah, can we end this scene already? Thank you. Oh god. Everything is so colorful. Really, the headphones with the kitten ears? She speaks thing too? Haha. Oh, you're the best. Not for nothing, but they also did this in Buffy where she had like an annoying roommate when she went to college. Just really a clubhouse or a dollhouse, I guess. God. I had a roommate in college for a very brief time. I'm glad he got kicked out. I joined the beds and I just had my own place for the entire semester. Yeah, I was saying that it looked very much like what the hell? That this was going to be focused on Wednesday, her mother, and seemingly her grandmother, and not on any of the male characters. But considering who they've cast, I think that's for the best. And I'm sorry, like not to harp on this, but to me, it is something of a spit in the face to Raul Julia that they wouldn't even think to cast someone as an homage to him. You know what I mean? It's kind of strange to me. Not on your ring finger, really? Wow. She really did make fun of him for losing his kid. That's pretty low. She seemingly can't catch a break in Hollywood. Leanne of Tarth, or whatever her name was. Brienne. Ooh. They're hooded. What? Oh god. Is that Brona from Penny Dreadful? That character was obnoxious. Probably not her. Though the hair dye contrast with the eyebrows is distractingly bad. Thanks, I guess. No, I think the nose is wrong. I don't think that's Brona. Uh, the the script is very on the nose, man. It's like, dude, we get it. Billy Piper, is that who we just saw? So is the mom staying at the school or is she teaching there? Billy Piper. Oh god, she is Brona from Penny Dreadful. Oof. God. Did he just say normie culture? Yeah. Oh god. What an obnoxious freaking character she was. She was Billy Piper was a pain in the ass. She was just that, man-hating misandrist from Penny Dreadful, another show from over a decade ago, if I'm not mistaken, that was just, oh god, even before all this woke crap was a thing. Oof. That feminist insert character, my god. Hmm. Well, I mean, you are at Nevermore Academy. Mm. Uh-oh. All right. I guess this is supposed to be compelling. I mean, her manuscript. I haven't been to a bonfire in a while. You tell her that now? God, I can't get the image of Pete Davidson out of my head when I look at this guy. The whole sunken eyed look, it's just like, yeah. What? What? Oh, gee, what the hell? That was funny. Jeez, her bulgy eyes can be a bit dramatic. Gee, maybe this is a trap, Wednesday, to burn you with your manuscript. She didn't think to bring a flashlight? Did they just look like they were gonna make out? What the hell is going on with this show? God. I'm sorry, but there really are some actresses that, and look, you have to be able to separate the, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be able to separate the art from the artist, but there are some, what? There are some people that, or some actors or actresses that really do seem to, what's the, like, portray, or considering that they get typecast in a particular role, um I don't know, it makes me wonder whether or not these people get cast in a specific role, in this particular case misandrist role, for a reason. Haley Steinfeld is also kind of guilty of that. Like, I actually, from Sinners to, she played Hemingway. She played a series or a movie about some feminist icon, and it's like she just keeps popping up in roles like that. So it makes me wonder about her ideology. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna light this bird on fire. Do they mean? I guess they. Oh God! I guess they mean that the entire school are outcasts because they're like witches and whatever. Well, you could stall them, dummy. Okay. I don't know what that refers to. Huh? Huh? I guess it's not intended to come to life. What the hell? Gee, maybe it's not worth it, kiddo. Oh, it's supposed to come to life. Now you are? Okay, she's safe. Like this, I feel like this is needlessly getting drawn out. Seems a bit much that they did all that magic and whatever just for this thing to blow up. Don't you know who you're dealing with? She's strong and independent. No need no man. She'll save herself. Uh, uh-oh. I'm sure she's thankful for this honor. Oh God, really? Yikes. That looks awful. Right now she's wishing that she burned in the fire. God. Lady, we get it. Like the bulging eyes and everything, like overacting. All right. What are they? Are they declaring war on somebody? Wow. Well, way to suck the air out of the room considering they're outside. Okay. Oh, someone get the sunshine bear more honey. Her parents want to make an exit right away. It's like, she's adopted. Oh God, this is where she God, is this demonstration supposed to make her more popular and more of a rebel with the kids? I think he was like shorter last year and had a growth spurt, but oh God. Much like the Stranger Things cast, grew up a lot quicker than anyone thought. Yep, I figured. Really? What is the deal with that? That's probably explain. Uh oh. Headless Horseman. Well, way to go, kid. This can be your science project. Oh my. God almighty. Where's Uncle Fester? I'm sorry. That's just comedic at this point. And is this the first time that they've like held hands or whatever that they've had any tactile contact? Well, I guess ravens are supposed to be, provide some kind of premonition. Really? Aw, generous raven. Jesus, okay. I want you out of our dormitory. Epileptic seizures? Jesus. A little dark. Okay. That seems to be the end of our episode. Oof. So,
And now his watch is ended.
And now their watch is ended.
yeah, unfortunately, this is exactly what I worried that it would be. And again, we all know nowadays with entertainment, especially with horror, unfortunately, the focus is always primarily on the women, and the men are made to look foolish, feeble, portly in this case. Um, much like Buffy the Vampire Slayer show and even Spartacus, this is one of those series where the lead is the least interesting character. I like the roommate seems more adept to the actress playing the roommate seems more adept at her role than the lead. And again, I always got that sensation with watching Buffy. Willow to me was much more interesting, and I mean Spartacus. Name any other before the before they recast him because the original actor died from cancer. But and with all due respect to the dead, any other character was much more interesting and portrayed Spartacus better than the lead in season one. So that's kind of where I find myself in episode. I'm one episode in with Wednesday, and I'm much more like Morticia or the roommate. They are much more interesting characters and seem to fit that role better. The writing for the script for Jenna Ortega's Wednesday is like so on the nose, and it's like, dude, we get it. You're dark and grim, and it's so on the nose, and it feels like exposition. You know what I mean? And even a joke that she was attempting to give before, like if a joke that has to be explained isn't funny, and when you have to give exposition, it's just like so I already committed to watching these shows. I'll watch them weekly for Wednesday. These will be my Wednesday watch parties. But yeah, so far pretty unimpressed. And unfortunately, this looks like I hope this doesn't get to be a slog. I hope at the very least that the plot is interesting because the lead isn't. And I genuinely hope that the writing gets better at the very least for the plot. I'll give it a shot, and I already committed to watching this. But wow, this is exactly what I thought it would be, and that's not a good thing. And obviously, the ideology is front and center. You have to have they. I don't mind representation, but my God, they always do the same thing where if they have a black or an Asian female character, they always have to it's like the law that they have to be bald. You know what I mean? And I've commented on how in Star Trek Picard, you'll have an Asian female, gotta be bald. You'll have an Asian female in the new Mortal Kombat playing Jade, she gotta be bald. There's this upcoming video game, a sci-fi game by the makers, by Naughty Dog, and they cast a bald female character. Which was the other one? Alien Romulus. They just had to have a bald female, bald Asian character, bald female Asian character in it. I'm like, dude, stop. That's becoming a stereotype in and of itself. Like, they really need to stop doing that. So naturally, on this show, you can't have like, it's okay to have representation. Just make sure that whoever's playing them is unattractive. Man, thank God for Sydney Sweeney. Anyway, I genuinely hope that these episodes don't become a slog to watch. I'm willing to give this a shot, but oof, the writing really needs to improve because so far so uninteresting. That's pretty much all I have to say about this. It really is exactly what I thought it would be, which is unfortunate because I don't do these watch parties because I go in hoping that whatever it is that I'm watching is gonna be crap. But and this isn't like terrible, but it also isn't great thus far. But I'm willing to give it another chance. So that's pretty much it for my impressions of this first episode. So now let me get to what's on the scene for the Mind's Eye Theater and the Greater Mind's Eye. So this yesterday, I did a live stream of my Horoscope August 2025 horror preview. I highly recommend that you give that a watch just because there between movies and streaming and even video games, there's plenty to watch, there's plenty to stream, there's plenty to play this month in August. So just so that you guys are aware of not only what's coming out, but when, please take a look at that video. I've done watch parties of episodes 1 through 5 of Dexter Resurrection. I highly recommend that you guys take a gander at that. Also, I did 2 separate live streams. One of my reaction video to the announcement of the recent Hellraiser revival game, and second, an actual watch of the trailer and a trailer gut reaction, giving my impressions of it. So, also, over the weekend, I did a watch party for the Hulu original called The Inheritance. I asked that you take a look at that. Now let's take a look at some coming attractions that are on the way for your viewing pleasure. So, the movie Weapons is due to come out tomorrow. I am going to do my precaution and aftershock, which are live streams that I do as a movie preview before I head out to the theater, and a reaction video upon my return from the movies. So I'll be doing that this Friday. In addition to that, also Friday, I will be doing a watch party of Dexter Resurrection, episode 6. This weekend, yesterday I was supposed to be able to do a live stream of I tried to do it of the debuting game that I was going to be playing all August long, which was going to be Level 0 Extraction. Even though the game was advertised as a single player mode, you still have to wait for a session to load. So I go to click on the region that I'm in, and not only are all regions have low player counts, but the studio is no longer supporting the game, which means that they're not going to provide controller capabilities, which I was looking forward to because I'm like, all right, now I get to play on the actual keyboard. But guess what? The wait times to play even single player mode are 15 minutes. I'm like, that's not single player mode. So anyway, I say all that to say this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I absolutely will get around to instead switching gears to play, what is this? Warhammer 40k Deathwing. So, Space Hulk Deathwing. So since I started my Midsummer Night stream, my survival horror summer gaming event, which was going to be all season long, since I started this event playing Gears of War, it's only fitting that I close out my summer gaming event with a playthrough of a Warhammer 40k game, and it just so happens to be with against my favorite alien race, which is the Tyranids. So I will get to that this weekend. Just so you guys know, when I play my live streams, my usual day is every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. So I will do my precaution and aftershock of weapons this Friday. Friday evening at 8 p.m. I'll do my Dexter Resurrection Episode 6 watch party. Saturday or Sunday, I will do the Space Hulk Deathwing live stream. Most definitely, Sunday between 7 and 8, I'm going to do a watch party for the Jaws 50th anniversary. And next Tuesday, oh, wow, yeah, I should probably mention. So even though Tuesdays is my usual live stream night, most likely I will play round 2 of Space Hulk Deathwing on Monday. And I say that because Tuesday is when Alien Earth is supposed to debut. So I will do a episodic watch party of Alien Earth on Tuesday, a watch party for, Wednesday on Netflix this Wednesday, and then Friday will be the Dexter Episode 7 watch party for Dexter Resurrection. So that's a lot coming at you. That's a lot coming up. I hope you've enjoyed this watch party. I have, as I've mentioned, I have plenty more. I'm now getting back into doing watch parties of horror films, so I hope that you'll join me for that. Therefore, mark your calendars and say your prayers. I've been incarnate, offering a word of caution. Fear the worst, so long you recognize who's best. Your fate? Time to subscribe to your fears.
Scary night, isn't it? It's like right out of a horror movie or something.
See you in your dreams. Oh, come back anytime. Bring your friends.
Welcome to my nightmare.